let's talk about Teams. So in this session, we normally talk about a Teams product, but in this one we're gonna talk about Michael because Michael
A
is
different
now
product.
Yeah, definitely
MVP.
brand
So-
new MVP title in the community. So,
So as
congratulations.
as my thank you so much. But as my kid told me, it was just like the 3 MVPs instead of the 3 Musketeers, right? Yeah.
Definitely. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you for inviting me into this community, all of you guys, and it's really nice to be in. And I'm not the guy not having the blue stamp on the shirts anymore, so that's really nice for a year at least. Hope to success next year as well.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So now the hard work actually begins
Yeah, it
because
begins.
it's so easy to be a no. No.
No.
There's a lot of cool things, but besides the MVP title, we need to talk about a little bit about Mesh. What
Yeah.
happened and new stuff in Mesh?
I mean, now it's GA that we can get other than only tenant users in. It's still limited to guest accounts in your own tenant, but you will have the option to invite guest accounts into your regular Mesh meeting.
It just opened up for so much more, if you ask me, because the limitation before you need to have them into your
As a regular user.
and you have the license for them, everything.
We still need the license.
You still need the license. Okay, you
and
still need the
that's-
guest license.
Yeah, that's the problem, that you need to actually license the guest account that you have. So
So you
let's
need
say
to have
that
the. Okay, so you need to have them.
the good thing is that when we started, it was Teams Premium.
Yeah.
We have a dedicated Mesh license now. So,
Okay, so it's not the same license as before. You can separate it. Okay.
yeah, of course, if you have the premium license, you still have Mesh, but there are some, I think. And it's funny with that license that normally we have 30 days trial when we open up in different in our tenant, but right now I think it's 180 days trial.
180 day trial on Mesh.
So you can really test it.
Wow.
Quite long.
Yeah, and I think it's 200 that you can. Well, normally it's 30 or something like that, but it's 200, 180 days trial license you can open for. So they really
Wow.
mean it. They want to have you tested, and it makes sense because I mean, if you want to test, I don't know, Word. I know I'm really kind of, but then it's fine that you have 30 days for it. Here you need to for really understanding Mesh. You need.
It's
to
not 30
invest
days
time.
to have the goggles on. Okay, who can I have a meeting with? You know, you need to invite people. You need to work with it, etc. Yeah.
Create your environment and so on, because else you can just use regular Teams
And
meetings.
Then what else in Mesh?
Yeah, what's else in Mesh?
Yeah.
We have the option to work with our hands if you have the goggles on.
But how was it looking before? It was just like your hands was just like you're a dinosaur basically. You couldn't see your hands.
You're a T-Rex running around
Yeah.
and so on. Now you have the full. And again, as I'm using my hands, so I'm really big fan of it because.
Big gestures,
Yeah,
yes.
when I'm explaining and so on, I think I'm Italian in some way. But that's really a huge plus that we can use that. So.
Yeah, or at least before you had to have your handles in when you did it. So I think it's quite nice that you can now use your hands, and I think that's probably also will be more easy for the new users to start working in that way.
Yeah, and I hope to something in the future that the avatar would be, you can actually change the size of your hands maybe, etc. It would be nice because you could do something else with it, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and one, I wouldn't say sad, but one thing that we also need now that we're talking about goggles is that, and this is only on rumor basis, but it's something that you can read on the net, that Apple Vision, there's rumors that it's shutting down, that they have stopped production.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna come with a new one.
I'm not sure, because the sales, the reason why they shut it down, if you should listen to rumors, is that they have not sold enough. The amount of interest, there was a huge interest in, but due to the price, it's so.
It was too cheap.
Yeah, it was too cheap. You needed more expensive. But yeah, just so if you.
But there's a new Quest out, right? So.
There's the 3S.
Yeah.
And.
I don't know what the major upgrade is from a Quest 3 to a Quest 3.
It's a downgrade.
Oh.
And it's actually a huge downgrade. So you shouldn't see it as we have the 3 and we have the 3S on top. The 3S is 2 that's just been optimized with more cameras. So the hybrid experience that you have on the 3S is better than the 2. But it still doesn't have the same spec as the 3, but I think it's 60% of the price of a 3.
Okay, so it's a mid pricing.
Entry level 3.
Exactly, entry level 3. And you can see if you just want to start playing around with mesh and you want those, makes perfect sense to start with that one. One of the things that was the worst. One thing is the pixel, that there's smaller pixel density, but the angle is smaller on the 3S than it is on the 3. So you need to move more to get the. I think that was the biggest difference. And if you're a gamer, there's tons of different stuff. I don't play with mine, but if you're a gamer on the headsets, you should definitely go with the Quest 3 still. But as an entry level to try to see the immersive space, how do we do it? How do we get started with the 3S?
But the thing is, I think we will see more immersive spaces in the future. We have seen a lot of the cameras for 360 photography is going down in price and everything. So you will definitely see more and more of this coming. So the whole sphere around walking around, seeing everything, that's something we're going to see in the future.
It's really interesting. There's another community, just like we have Let's Talk About Teams. There's one to say, I love mesh. Some German guys, and they're really, really inspiring. They're developers that are really going crazy on different areas and so on, environments and so on. So definitely worth looking into if you want to do any more mesh experience. Again, I'm definitely a non-coder, so what we can do in the mesh app, that's what we're doing. And that's also expanding more and more and more and more to come and so on, and then we shouldn't say any more, but there are non-coder are really something where a lot of development is happening on. So
it could be cool if you could kind of merge the idea of a 3D camera.
Exactly.
So take like what you could do in Matterport.
Yeah.
Create your own space from your iPhone camera or a 3D camera or a 360 camera.
At that point, you will see probably a meeting room actually that you can pull into a virtual meeting, a real virtual meeting room.
That would be cool.
I think that will help immersive space to being more broadly used, because I mean, if you have a regular Teams meeting where you have a meeting room, that's fine, but you cannot see the guys in the immersive space.
But to be honest, I think we will see that in 3, 4, 5 years from now. It's not something.
It would be nice that the meeting room will have a look into the environment. That will be nice.
How difficult can it be?
I mean, it's just a camera up on top.
We're non-coders.
With that said, Microsoft, I would say start of next year, that would be fine.
Early mid-January.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks a lot for watching. Let's talk about Teams. This was the session a bit about the MVP and then also about Mesh. Thanks a lot for watching.